The final piece of this domain 4B is, of course, the non-instructional records. Um, to ensure that I have an understanding of the details of school life, I've taken the following formal and informal measures to maintain such accurate non-instructional record. The first student-based one is the student websites. To better learn who my students, quote, are, I have them each design individual home pages on their English portfolios. That way I can get an idea of who they are, and of course keeps records of any personal things that I need to know about them throughout the year. The next piece would be through Edmodo surveys. In order to get the, quote, pulse of the students and learn more about them as individuals, I often conduct online surveys on a variety of topics that have to do with instructional and non-instructional things. But these non-instructional records usually help me get a feel for my students and their learning and what they like and what they don't like, so I can better serve them throughout the year. The next piece of non-instructional record keeping is all about the classroom. I like to call it the self-serving student classroom, run by students and student-based, and I'll tell you a little bit about this kind of record keeping. Throughout the day, I make students responsible for taking initial attendance. This is done on a small dry erase board and done at the beginning of each period every day. This allows me to meet with students and get prepared for the class period while someone else is taking attendance. I do, of course, check this into a few minutes into the period, double check everything. But I think it's a good way to engage students in the process and be a little bit more organized. There's Emily. She does it for me every day in homeroom and fifth period, along with many other kids as well that do it every day. Next to our attendance sheets and board in this self-serving classroom is, of course, the bathroom sign-out sheets, the daily handout basket where students come in and grab them each day so we don't have to waste time passing stuff out, and, of course, the absentee handout bins right beneath them so that they can go in there, grab something if they've been out, and they know where it is. They don't even have to ask me. Self-service at its finest. Close to this area of the room, I've also allocated space for postings of no-name work, where I put their no-name work right on the wall so they may be able to grab it. Another section for exit tickets so they know where to put those each time they're leaving the classroom with sticky notes or things of that nature, and I can grab them quickly if I need them. And of course a large dry erase sign-up board for students to take it upon themselves to sign up for extra help, and I can quickly see during the day if I have any conflicts during my free periods. They'll sign up and say, I'll look at the board and say, no, you can't come down that period because I have this student coming, but it saves a lot of time and definitely puts the students first. The various areas around the room and the procedures that they promote give students the ability to contribute to those non-instructional records, truly being a self-serving classroom and contributing to those records for the class. Of course, I also have book sign-out sheets. Throughout the year, many units that I'm responsible for hundreds of novels. I maintain these records to make sure that our department keeps track of its materials and keeps our students responsible as well. They're the ones who sign up, they're the ones who cross it off, but it's a good method of basic record keeping and getting some initial information as well. Of course, as we go throughout the year, I often collect money for class field trips, PTA entertainment books, school pictures. Based upon these, I make spreadsheets many times to keep all my students accountable. I always have students double check my records before I send it on, but one of my final non-instructional responsibilities of collecting money. Again, the process for information is both efficient and effective.